I am currently in downtown Chicago at Madison and Wabash, aka Jewelers Row. I had to come down here today to see a customer, so I thought it'd be kind of fun if I brought you guys along and just showed you what the jewelry district of downtown Chicago looks like. The jewelry district is smaller than it once was in downtown Chicago, but it's still alive and it's still vibrant. There's a couple buildings that are the main buildings of this area, but this one is always been, in my experience, the focal point of the whole neighborhood. This is the Mahler Building, aka 5 South Wabash, aka Jewelers Center. So we're gonna go through some of the floors and just check it out and see what's in here. Gotta love these beautiful old school elevators. Really appreciate the handwork here. Now, there's a bunch of floors in this building, but in my experience, going higher than 13 is pointless because then there's no jewelry people past that point. So we're just gonna go up to 13 and make our way down. So what is in this building? Namely, everything. You've got gem dealers, jewelers, casting houses, watch people, and a bunch of other stuff mixed in that doesn't necessarily have to do with the gem trade, like the Chicago poster restoration people. You've got shipping people, and you've got gem cutters. One of the things about this building that I think gives it kind of an old school charm is the fact that it feels like it's never been renovated. The carpet reminds me of the 80s. The sort of marble side stuff reminds me of the 60s. And I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff going on in here that makes it feel well worn and well loved. Something fresh in the way of not everything looks like it's a cutout cookie cutter designed on a computer, reinforced in plastic. It still has a feeling of homemade, family style personality, which I like. We got tool shops, got mounting people, diamond specialists. Gotta love the old hand-painted signs. So cool. I've always liked this place. It has a real vintage Chicago style vibe. And some of these places are just so classic with their signs. I love the hand-painted look, that sort of 1950s, old-fashioned, but kind of cool today. And there's some floors of the building where the entire floor is all pretty much one company, and this is one of those floors. Floor number 6 looks like the whole thing is casting house. There's jewelry buildings like this in almost every major American city, and I never knew about this one until a couple years ago. I didn't know that there was so much of everything all in one spot, but for Chicago, this is that place. 4-number floor feels especially lively with these newer light fixtures. It really brightens up the whole floor. And I think somewhere in here is my appointment.
So we're in 5 South Wabash, which is known as the Mahlers Building. This is Chicago's oldest jewelry building where many of us work, not all of us, but many of us work, bench work, design work, machinery, casting, supplies. It's our hub.
And is it the last building like this of its kind, or are there still some other ones on the block?
There are other ones on the block, but I think this is the most, this is really full of jewelers. This building is wall-to-wall jewelers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so maybe we'll go into the back and see one of these jewelers and see what they're doing.
Come visit the jeweler.
Okay.
This guy is the Magic Hands. He is the best bench jeweler in the whole city. Lots of people bring their work in here. I'm lucky enough to call him my roommate. We've been roommates for 15, 16 years now. But those hands can do anything, and everything is done to perfection. Polishing, filing, the inside and the outside of all the jewelry that he touches is clean and beautiful.
And so this is kind of the behind the scenes of this building, right? Probably a ton of the offices here. You know, when you get into the back area, this is,
look like this.
Yeah, so this has got all the tools and all the different things, and people can come and...
It's a working atelier.
Yes. And finally we get to the second floor, which is the end of our stop here at the Jewelry Center. Got the mezzanine level overlooking the sort of lobby area. And a few more jewelers on the mezzanine. So outside of that one main building, we can see that there are a few other places right on this block. It's only on one side of the block, and most of the stuff down here is just little jewelers or little malls of jewelry stuff. But there's still definitely an active community here in Chicago that is buying, selling, and making all kinds of stuff. Here you can see it's a sort of a mall of a bunch of different jewelers and benches of people. So I hope you enjoyed this quick tour of the downtown Chicago Jewelry District, Jewelers Row. This has been Justin K. Prim for the Gem Cutters Craft, and I'll see you guys next time.